That's right. And then
shut up, Greer, get to the point.
She's like, excuse me, so how fast were they going? Really? Is that where we're at? We're back to analyzing the videos instead of, the Pentagon's saying they're real. So what does that mean? Like, and the whole point of Greer's documentary was like, let's talk about what this means. If they're out there, and then what that means for humanity, but we didn't go there.
Like I was talking about with the news stories, there's still that stigma attached to this. Is like this whole it's like a little fluff piece story. It's like no one seems to be taking it seriously, and we're still stuck on. How fast was it going? Do you think they're green aliens or grey aliens? Like, no, we're move past this. We're on to where is this coming from? Is it a threat? Are they helping?
Oh no,
so
dude!
Many questions.
Oh God! Like this broke to me on the Today show, and they were talking about it. It was really late in the newscast, and then they did the same thing you were just talking about. They were smiling at it. The Samantha and Hoda did a good job. They're a little smiley, but whatever. But then Carson Daly comes on and just completely dismisses the whole thing with his a smug dismissive look on his face.
The Pentagon releasing these videos of what they are calling unidentified aerial phenomena. They were filmed by some Navy pilots for the last 2 decades, and the Pentagon says that these videos are being released now to, quote, clear up any misconceptions after they were previously leaked, but that the objects remain unidentified. Former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid welcomed the disclosure on Twitter, saying the U.S. needs to take a serious scientific look at this and any potential national security implications. Reid, whose home state of Nevada is, of course, the home of Area 51, also noted that this only scratches the surface of research and materials available.
I believe.
Do you?
Yeah, I believe.
What's the bottom line?
UFOs.
Are we alone or not?
We're not. Those are UFOs.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
I love Carson's face.
Now we have another thing to worry about.
Referred to it as a 40-foot tic tac.
They just move on like it's all bullshit. Somehow the U.S. government disclosing that these things are unidentified and they don't know what the hell they are, and they're moving in ways that are spectacular. He just moved on. Now, I'm not trying to make fun of Carson. What I'm saying is it's like a pre-programmed response. It's like he's a self-appointed defender of the status quo.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
That guy does not fuck.
That guy does not. But so I want to back up a second.
I'm sure he's a good guy.
And
sorry.
Yeah. No, he probably fucks. Dude, TRL. Remember TRL when you were a teenager? Yeah, Totally Request Live. Woo! I used to watch it after school. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
I think he fucked back then, but maybe not so much now.
No, he just eats. That guy's looking.
All right, let's not get bogged down on Carson Daly right now.
Let's do 10 more minutes on Carson. Let's play a video right now of Carson Daly.
All right, he's a handsome ham sandwich. But anyways, I want to back up. So I get emails from all the UFO people because that's what I like to do. And I got a hype email from Greer. He's going, I'm going on Fox News. I'm going to see Laura Ingraham. It's going to be hot. And he wrote this intense thing where he says that the footage provided by the government was from a disinformation operative, Luis Elizondo, and the TTSA. It's a false flag narrative, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes on the newscast and barely gets 3 words in. And can't even ask a question. You're right. She asked the most basic, ridiculous question when we're so far beyond that. And he has to try to answer that while also getting his point in that the other team, the TTSA, is up to no good. But he barely gets it in. So that segment was completely lost. No one got that.
It is interesting that with someone like Greer, there is that sudden necessity for news anchors to try and control that narrative of what he's trying to say. Whereas I feel like Tom DeLonge and the TTSA, they would just give him ample room to talk about what's happening and where it's all at. It just seems like you can see where the narrative is heading, I think. Maybe I'm just reading too much into that. I don't know.
Okay, I just want to say this. I love researching this stuff, and I like to say things like, Greer's Team Hope and TTSA's Team Fear, and I don't really know that, but I found something today that made me really want to get behind the movement that Greer's trying to start, this hope-based narrative. It made me really believe that the TTSA is probably running a threat fear-based operation based off Project Bluebeam to eventually weaponize space under the false assumption of an alien threat. That seems like that's where it's going. Because
war is money.
War is money, but this is what happens. So I get emails from the TTSA and I get them from Greer. So I just want to read a couple things that the TTSA said and then end it with something that's going to be like, oh my goodness. So they definitely are taking a victory lap, but they say nice things too. It's not all bad. It's very subtle. Like this isn't like fear in your face. So they say this. In these uncertain times, it is more important than ever that governments speak the truth to their citizens, and it is the most important pillar of democracy. We commend the leadership of the Department of Defense for sharing the truth, and TTSA is optimistic that they will continue to share more information transparently as it becomes publicly available. Great, cool. So they go on and they talk about all the stuff they did, how many people watch the History Channel show, and that like we're happy to be a part of this, and we're going to keep giving out information when it comes available to us, and then at the end, they slip this in. This little beauty of a paragraph. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Elizondo and his colleagues are profiled for their work at the Tudor Stars of the Academy of Arts and Science, collaborating with public and private entities around the world to shine a spotlight on the truth and produce tangible evidence to build the most indisputable case for the existence and threat of UAPs ever assembled. I'll read that again. The most indisputable case for the existence and threat of UAPs ever assembled.
Interesting.
So that
I was just going to put in this like
not an accident.
I was just going to throw in this like caveat of like, we're not all Team Greer here. We're like, we appreciate that TTSA is like bringing awareness to this fact. But I was like, after you read that, I was like, you sons of bitches.
Right.
But now we're going to blow them up.
But again, like, I don't think we have enough information to definitively say that. I know Josh is on board the Space Brothers, but that this is like not completely, that we're
Brothers.
completely safe here. I don't know. I don't think we have enough information to say that this is not a threat.
You can call me Dragon.
Well, the truth is,
We
is
haven't
probably somewhere in between. It's
been
probably
attacked.
mostly not a threat. There's probably bad entities out there trying to finger bang us.
Right.
But like, for the most part, I don't believe that. I don't know. You're right, Matt. I don't really know. It's fun to speculate, but that sentence was pretty damning to me. They wrote that in an email and definitely used the word threat. And in the series, if you've been following them for a long time, like I am, that word comes up with the fear of like they're entering our airspace. It's very subtle in the background. There's definitely like a fear attached to it all, and that just made it more obvious to me that like there's definitely an agenda in that guy. And then we were talking about like really like the government let Luis Elizondo like retire and then come out and like make a TV show about all the alien stuff he found while he was working for the government, like that would ever happen. Of course it's on purpose. It just seems like common sense to me. I'm wildly speculating, could be totally wrong, but like I'm getting behind it right now. A beer and a half.
Well, getting back to
wait,
sorry,
hold on. Well, I can't say
jump
that.
on in.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. It'll be quick.
Shut the fuck up, Matt.
we were
Drink
blown out.
Goddamn whiskey and shut up. All right, go on. Sorry.
So as a producer, I've done a lot of History Channel shows. When a military person is retired, you have more freedom, right? But since he was working on such a high-profile case, definitely a different section of the government, I would highly doubt that they did not monitor that at all. Because it's one thing for me to interview somebody that was in the Vietnam War and a highly classified project. That's a different thing. He's retired. It's been many years, but this just happened. I mean, it literally just came out. So it's hard for me to believe that the government didn't have their fingers in it, only because it was a hot button.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, that gets me back to, I was just going to tag on the end of what you were saying as like this being perceived as a threat, Josh, where like the last part of Harry Reid's statement where he talks about the US needs to take serious scientific look at this and any potential national security implications.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like they're like welcoming Space Brothers with that. Like it's it is more like we need some guns pointed at the sky.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yeah. Right. You think we're on lockdown now? Everyone's like, the conspiracy world's going crazy that COVID's like part of some scheme to control us all and take away our rights. And I don't know, maybe they're right.
That's why I'm going to get a piece of land, so you guys can come if you want.
Nice, yeah. I know you inspired me. I might have to go buy some random land.
Are you going to build a bunker?
Well, I mean, it's like in the middle of nowhere.
Underground bunker.
I literally had called a realtor because I was looking into it. I was like, okay, 190 acres, like 90 of it you can actually farm, and then the rest of it's in the woods, and there's 2 streams and there's a pond. I mean, it's great.
It's near Mount Shasta. It's like you got Bigfoot country out there. It's UFO
Bigfoot
country. It's paranormally perfect. Yeah, no, it's awesome. But wait, where was I? Oh, yeah. So COVID, you think COVID could be the conspiracy that takes us all down and takes away our rights. I mean, the bigger threat could be a false alien threat. Imagine all of a sudden they slow rolled us into a situation. They're like, aliens are in our atmosphere and we got to get them out. We got to weaponize and we got to go after them. The fear in that would lock us down in a way that no one's ever seen before. Like, people would be hiding in their fucking basements if they thought there was aliens flying overhead with weapons about to nuke us. But that's ridiculous, because if they're so advanced, they would have already done that. And we've been shooting at them for 50 years and they haven't done anything. Greer even goes into that. We've been shooting at them for 50 years. Every time they come in our atmosphere, we fire a missile at them, and they haven't done anything ever. Well, maybe a couple times. They shot down some helicopters. A couple of weird incidents here and there, but...
Yeah, I think that's what it would take. It would have to be a direct attack, and they've never done it before that we know of.
Well, they shut down our nuclear plants. They've shut down our nuclear silos before, but that's not that's more of a, hey guys, stop being baddies.
That seems more of a, doesn't that seem more of an act of peace than it is a direct attack, shutting down, hey, stop blowing shit up, dickheads.
Yeah, you're going to blow up your Earth. Right.
Yeah, no, of course, but not to the U.S. government. Someone hovered over our silo and shut it off. That's an act of war, So, I mean, that's something they think, man.
Again, to play devil's advocate, there's not all good aliens, right? There's some aliens that are here maybe not to be so friendly, but
the finger banging ones, like Josh pointed out earlier.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, the proby ones. Stay away from those.
Yeah, the proby ones, the butt probers. Yeah. Get away, run, cover your butt.
Yeah.
But
or lean in. I mean, whatever suits you.
Whatever works. Sometimes surrendering's okay.
Yeah. Don't be shy.
This was a real interesting podcast at one stage, guys.
Our audience loves butt probing. Okay, it's like a thing. We talk about it every podcast. It's totally cool.
We do. It does come
We're
up.
trying to destigmatize it and make it ridiculous.
Exactly. We have our own agenda, but let's go on. So back to the whole thing about so the idea that the pandemic is creating this idea that there's this fear and we might have to work together. Back to my statement at the beginning of this podcast, what if the agenda is to reveal that we all have been working together? China, Russia, United States, behind the scenes, maybe that's actually been happening. Maybe this is a slow reveal of that. We're all going to cooperate. I mean, right now in the news, it doesn't look that way. We're all pointing fingers at who started the freaking virus. I don't know. I think that'll be revealed. I think that everybody just needs to be really open-minded. It's not really figuring out in your head if aliens are real. It's more okay, this is there's a trajectory that they're setting here, and what is it? And we just have to be really open. And it's weird that we're tying this all to a virus, which is also a fucking alien form if you think about it.
Yeah. No, we're getting hit with multiple things. Yeah.
Mutating in our bodies.
It's really shitty.
This is exciting, though. This is fucking exciting. This is what I've been waiting for a long time. Real disclosure. That's what's happening. I know we have to say it's not an alien, but that's where we're going. Those ships are clearly alien. If they're ours, then we probably reverse engineered it from alien shit. There's no way we've just been hiding that shit, for no reason for 30, 40 years. It clearly has to be alien. Or if it's not, if it's just technology that we have that's so fucking advanced that we're hiding, that's just as big of a story. But I don't think that's what's going on here. I think it's 100%. It's going to lead to alien life, alien contact in multiple dimensions, multiple forms. It's going to blow the lid off everything. That's where this is going, and I don't want.
Holy shit!
No one should think differently.
That's a big call, buddy. Big call.
That's what Josh does. He just he literally makes the biggest call and he drops the mic.
Put it all on the line. All right.
Yeah, and then next podcast he's like, I never said that. I have a totally new course.
I'm not scared of anything. I'm scared. Yeah.
Well, I was going to bring up. I mean, let's discuss for a little bit. Obviously, there's no definitive answer as to where it's from, or could it be just some Earth-based technology. Sorry, got way too Aussie there for a second. Technology.
I enjoyed it.
So, I've been thinking about Walter Bosley talking about breakaway societies with far advanced